feel like after I leave college and also start working as a lawyer, it's extremely difficult to build deep relationships with people I meet. Okay, when you see this video's title, you may wonder, what happened to you, Gordon? Are you doing alright? As you can see, this video is about loneliness. A lot of things happened last year. COVID, lockdown. A lot of people couldn't see their friends. I remember during that period of time, I kind of saw each and every one of my friends leaving the country, going back to their country in Europe or in Asia because of a lot of situation, Brexit, COVID, lack of job opportunities in London. In the past, I thought that once lockdown is eased, my life is going to be so much better because I'm going to meet a lot of new people, make new friends. Now lockdown is eased, but my life is not so much better. Sometimes I also ask myself, what's wrong with my life right now? Why can't I meet new people anymore? Is there something wrong with me? Am I just getting more and more awkward as I grow older? Or do people just not like me? I realized that it's also because of the circumstances and the society we are living in now. Do you remember how easy it was for you to make friends with the one sitting next to you when you were in kindergarten or primary school? When we're in college, it's so easy for us to just make new friends because we get to see each other on a daily basis. We actually get to know a person. We can identify the group of people that we gravitate towards more. However, once you're grown up and you're out of college, you spend a majority of your time working, 9 to 5 or even longer hours if you're a lawyer. You don't actually get to meet a lot of new people. Okay, once you find a new group of friends, you actually get to meet some new people. Whether you can consistently meet those people is also questionable. As I grow older, I realize that friendship or having a deep connection is not about how many friends you have or how many people you have spoken to. It's about the quality of that relationship, the intimacy of that relationship. It is possible for you to talk to a lot of people every day, but you still feel lonely. On the other hand, it's also possible for you to only know one person in your neighborhood or your friend group, but you still feel welcome and feel like you belong to somewhere because of the intimacy of that relationship, because there is that someone that you can always rely on. I guess after I graduate from college and start working as a lawyer, there just aren't too many opportunities for me to consistently see a group of people. So during weekdays, it's almost impossible for me to meet a new person or to catch up with my friends. So I could only spend my weekend to meet someone new or to see some of my old friends. However, you can imagine in a big city like London, it's extremely hard for you to consistently see a group of friends because everyone is busy, everyone has a lot going on in their life. Very often I end up seeing one specific friend or one specific group of friends once every 2 weeks or even once a month. So even though every weekend I get to meet someone or see some of my old friends, I don't feel like I get to know them much better, given that we only meet occasionally. Another part of the reason is perhaps that I am an expat and an international student in this country, and I actually didn't do my undergraduate degree here. And very often I realize that people in London, especially British people, they have a very well-established group of friends from college or from high school. I find it extremely difficult to penetrate into those friend groups because they may not be that open to investing into a new friendship. That being said, I also have my own personal issues that make it difficult for me to invest in long-lasting friendships or relationships. One of the key reasons is in the past 3-4 years, I was always at different places across the world. I was in New York, I was in Italy, I was in Hong Kong, and now I'm in London. When you're always so uncertain about where you need to go next, it's extremely difficult for you to invest into new relationships or friendships. And I can recall there were countless times when I made good friends or got to know someone really well, and eventually I had to say goodbye to them. That really broke my heart. And because of those experiences, I become more and more worried of investing into new relationships or friendships. And I think that's also one of the key reasons why I run out of friends in London. Moreover, in the past years, I was very ambitious. I always wanted to achieve more in my life, and I don't want to live an ordinary life. The time I spent on chasing my goals, on chasing my dreams, I also sacrificed the possibility of forming long-lasting or deep relationship with people. That being said, the purpose of this video is not to tell you how lonely I am or how sad my life is. It's more like I want to show you that I don't have it all figured out at all. Even though on paper you see that I achieved a lot of things. I'm a New York lawyer, I'm working in a London law firm now as a trainee solicitor, I went to Cambridge, etc. I have a lot of shits I haven't figured out in my life. More importantly, I was the one who chose to live this life. I was the one who chose to come all the way to London to become a lawyer. For the majority of the time, I still enjoy my life in London. I enjoy spending time with myself. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy seeing my old friends. If you're watching this video now and you can relate to my struggle, and you think that you feel lonely sometimes, or you feel like you can't really connect with anyone specifically or form any deep relationship in your social circle, I want to tell you this. It may not be your fault that you can't meet someone you truly connect with. When we were young, when we were kids, it was easy for us to make friends because everyone is kind of similar. You just want to play with other kids, you go to school together, you have similar goals, you have similar lifestyle. And our worth back then was kind of determined by how many friends we had in kindergarten, in primary school, in high school. But as we grow older, we have our own goals, we have our own ambition, we have our own lifestyle. We know that what type of people we gravitate towards more. The reason why you haven't met someone you really enjoy spending time with is usually because you have standard now. Yes, there were times I felt quite lonely. I felt like there wasn't a specific circle of friends I could always rely on. But at the same time, I could use those alone times to invest in myself, to improve myself. I've started working out more regularly to maintain a healthy diet, to achieve my goals, to make YouTube videos, to help other people. All those things will be beneficial to me, not only for my career, but also turn me into a better version of myself. People often say you attract the kind of people who are similar to you. I'm sure if you keep working on bettering yourself, you will ultimately attract the kind of people you gravitate toward as well. That being said, I also encourage all of you, including myself, to put yourself out there, to try to meet as many people as possible. Although, as I said, it's gonna be hard for you to build long-lasting, deep relationship with people the first time you meet. But if you've never tried to meet anyone, you would never be able to build any relationship at all. Having lived in different countries for the past 4 years, I've personally suffered from loneliness from time to time. I wish I could tell you that there's a simple cure to loneliness, but there's no. What we can do is to accept that it's okay to feel lonely sometimes. It's okay to accept that we couldn't find a group of friends. But loneliness is temporary. It can be changed. Keep improving yourself. Be a better version of yourself, and don't put on a mask when you interact with people. Because as long as you present the most authentic version of yourself to others, you will eventually attract the kind of people who see something special in you. For those who have stayed and listened to me talking about loneliness, thank you and really appreciate that. If you have ever suffered from loneliness, or if you have been feeling lonely lately, let me know and share with me your story. I would love to hear from you because I know how hard it is to bear with this feeling on your own. I understand how hard it must be for you. Subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more from me. And I will see you guys again next Sunday.